Abie Moses, chairman of the National Organization for Victims of Terror. Thank you for being with us today to talk to us about an important issue that's going on through the state of Israel. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, Shara, for having me today.
Absolutely. I want to bring you to a point that was a moment of change for you in your life. 1987. Can you share with us that painful experience that you went through and how it shaped the work that you do today?
1987, that really actually changed my whole life, 180 degrees. It was the Passover Eve, April the 11th. We went down to Kfar Saba for shopping for the feast. At 6:45 p.m., I'll never forget that time, driving down from my house at Alfei Menashe, suddenly I heard a boom, that broke my front door. The bomb penetrated next to my wife, and the whole car burnt instantly. Actually, it was an explosion I can still hear that. I stopped the car immediately, jumped to the back door, trying to get hold of my kids. The whole family were there with a friend of my son. Through the fire, you cannot see anything. So I just had to try to find whom I'm going to catch. Throw them out and roll them to get out of the fire, but they were still burning. Tried to get to the front door to get my wife. She was pregnant at the time. I didn't succeed to open her door. So can you imagine you're seeing the four guys standing next to the burning car? I'm still getting burned myself without even knowing that. And my kids are shouting, "Dad, try to help mommy. Get mommy out of the car." I couldn't. And this picture, I'll never forget till the last day of my life. Seeing my beautiful wife, pregnant, waiting for her next birth, burning to death in front of us. So that actually changed my whole life. Then we were taken to the hospital. My 5-year-old baby didn't make it, Tal. He passed away after 90 days of skin grafting and operations so many times. And now I'm here with 2 kids, completely burnt, my side completely burned, in a very serious condition at hospital. Not knowing how am I going to overcome this problem, this whole thing that happened to me. I'm working at TWA. I was at TWA Trans World Airlines for approximately 33 years. Come on. What happened? I want to come back to life, but I lost my wife, my 5-year-old baby. So after being discharged from the hospital, I actually founded the organization without even, you cannot predict what's going to happen, okay, for the next 20, 30 years. Till 2023, 6th of October, we were 9,000 casualties altogether, with burns, with,
Until October 2023.
Right. And, taking care of these kids, we were not recognized at that time also, a small group of terrorism, In 1998, they founded us as the National Organization of Terror in Israel, for the people of Israel.
So in 1998, the state recognized
by the government
your company,
of Israel.
your organization, to help victims of terror here in Israel.
Exactly.
Tell me, how important is that in the line of work that you do?
It is so important because most of our guys that are injured and were murdered, they are from the social economy, the least people, from the markets, in buses that they were attacked. So actually, can you imagine a woman that her husband was killed? He was the only guy bringing the money for the food or to live. He's not there. And whatever the government gives them, it's not enough. It's not enough to come back to life. For instance, at the 7th October War, there's a guy, he earned 40,000 shekels a month. He showed it to to everybody, okay? And unfortunately, he lost his leg. And Bitur Hlumi gives him only 9,000 shekels. Because that's the law. That's what he's going to have. Come on. So he's been punished twice, leaving his leg and his salary. Why? We have to change all these things, to bring that to the Knesset. I'm going there, let's say, 3 times a week to the Knesset to help these guys, to bring the new laws, because all the old laws in the Knesset since 1950.
Mm-hmm. And things have changed since
Yeah,
1950.
of course. It's unbelievable. Nobody could predict that, I said to you. Nowadays, we've got 70,000.
After October 7th, the number of victims of terror in this country jumped from 9,000 to 70,000. How did your organization manage to scale up that crazy number?
I'll tell you something. It was shocking for us. First of all, I came to my CEO, Roy. I told him, listen, we have to right now, to open the emergency court for these people to help these guys over there, okay? So we opened that emergency place in our office and got help by approximately 150 volunteers came to help us. And don't forget, at the 7th of October, we had to vacate so many vacancies from the people who were injured before. They were in bomb shelter in Sderot, in the kibbutzim. We had to take them to the hotels because they were scared to be there. There was no help from the government at that time. They didn't know what to do. And the first thing that I called the Bitur Hlumi, the national Bitur Hlumi, to tell them, listen guys, these are the needs right now, immediately. Get those people out of their home. They're post-traumatic people. They need his help. There were people that ran away from the house with nothing on them. Just the clothing, and that's it. Then we have to give them aid, the clothing, shoes, toys for the kids, everything. We got them from people that helped us, actually. Volunteers giving us people to help them.
Absolutely. When trauma happens like that, I think that it's important to have somebody who's gone through that in the past, like yourself, who can advocate for these people, who can think for these people when they can't think for themselves because they're in the moment. And it's so important. I want for you, you mentioned that some of the rules that are in place now are the same as they were in 1950, but the landscape here has changed so dramatically. Can you share with us, following October 7th, what new programs did you have to introduce to be able to support all these new needs?
Okay, so we started with helping the widows, giving them help, extra money, okay? We got the ma'atefet, we call it, okay, the envelope like. And for the kids, more treatment for post-trauma. It's actually, it's a nice, let's say, hill or a mountain, okay? And suddenly it erupts. You see the lava inside the mountain.
I can imagine it.
So exactly what happens to a man. I was there actually. I know what's post-trauma, thinking of all what happened. And you see the lava. So before it goes out erupting, we should help those guys. If no, you see some suicides, you see different things happen to people. They can't get back to themselves. They're still in the bed at home. See, the first year of mourning, the first year is so difficult. So when these guys, I come to help them, I was there. I know what are their needs and how to help them.
Would you say that an important aspect in your work is to let people feel that they're not alone in what they're going through?
Exactly. So we give them so many things to help them, You're not alone. We have this, surfing. We give them horse riding, and different parts of things that can help them. For instance, we have this group of women, widows, coming and making some ceramics. You know, they work, paintings, whatever, be together, each one telling their whole story, how they're overcoming these things, you know. It's so important to talk about it.
Abie, what would you say to someone who is a victim of trauma, who says, I'm not a victim of trauma, I don't need this help, and I'm okay? How do you respond to those people?
Okay, the first thing that I did was to be talking with me. I said, listen, all those guys that survived, okay, in Nova, they have to go through this thing. Even though she says, I'm okay, you're not okay. Your heart is burned, your soul is burned. You have to talk about it. And we can see nowadays so many people that committed suicide, not getting help. Even though getting help also. Listen, I'm there for past 38 years. My daughter, she still goes for these sessions, still. Even though she gave birth to twins. And she's a mother by herself. And I'm there for her as a father, a mother, grandmother, and a grandfather. Okay? When she gave birth, let's say in the hospital, I screamed, you know. I overcome this terrorism. There are two guys, two new branches in the tree of Mr. Moses. So I'm actually optimistic, and this is what I relate to those people. Think always optimistic day. Of course, you have the days that you're down, you have the days you're up. And what our organization actually, we try to bring these people over the water.
Thank you for bringing that beautiful vision for us of coming over the water. I'm thinking of a group of people that are often left out, the over 21 crowd. Some of them are orphans, and many times because of certain regulations, these people fall through the cracks. They're not eligible to get support. Tell me about that group of people in your line of work.
We are working very, very hard with the government to get these people also recognize them as a victim of terror. Because what happens is this, let's say a brother, okay? His older brother was killed. And this older brother was his model. He's not there. Now the parents are mourning for the brother. They leave him aside. Okay, you're alive. Leave us alone to mourn. So he has nothing. By the way, you know, he said, yeah, where am I? What I'm going to have to get myself to come back to life. It's so difficult. So I'm working on that at the Knesset to help these guys for many things, even getting let's say, how to get over with people like him, get together and say, what is your vision to come back to life? And there we are there to help them.
That's so beautiful. So there's a category of over 21 years of age being an orphan. And I think that the word orphan has an association of being a young child. Tell me about the group of people over 21 that don't have parents and are not eligible for support.
We have a lot of people, I don't know the exact numbers, but there are quite a lot of them. And listen, the whole thing of getting this through, you know, to break this, I don't know how to call it also, think of the future of these guys. They're the future of this country. Try to help them. Because if you don't help them, you'll have to take care of them till they die, the day when they die. If you bring them back, okay, as a normal person, you're gaining and he's gaining. So think about that.
It's the long-term vision.
It is a long-term vision, exactly.
I think that the state of Israel should be very grateful to have you and all of the people who don't have a voice and the unrecognized people who don't know which way to go, and they have you in the Knesset working for them and voicing their needs, and I think that it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for the work that you do.
We are actually working on changing many, many things to help these people. Because listen, I've got these widows, I've got the children that lost their parents, I've got approximately 300 kids that they lost both their parents. orphanages. It's something unbelievable. The numbers I'm going to give you, I myself can't say it also. It's so difficult. And approximately 3,600 kids that lost one parent.
Wow.
It's unbelievable, these numbers.
3,600 children who lost a parent.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastating.
Now, for the people that they lost their life, actually, I'm working in the Mount Herzl, getting the Institute for Memory Institute over there. They will be listed over there for the lifelong. They'll have the picture of him, when he died, that's it, the day he was born, the day he was alive. And when you come there to see for your loved ones, you can actually talk to him on a computer, saying, we miss you, whatever. There's a candle that comes up. As soon as you enter that, the candle goes up to him, to the sky.
Wow.
Wow.
That is so beautiful and so meaningful.
And I'm working very hard for that, believe me.
Well, I've been reading some of your work and your opinion articles about where a place should be for a victim of terror in the state of Israel, and I know that that's very important to you.
Mount Herzl, exactly.
Absolutely.
That's the only place that people from all around the world can come and see what happened to us since 1851, the first murder in Jerusalem.
I want to ask you, you are advocating for people in the Knesset through your organization, whether it's privately, publicly, in your life. What is your message for decision makers? What do you want them to hear, and what do you want them to incorporate as they move forward?
Just to tell them, listen, guys, our orphan is an orphan for his long life. A guy who lost one of his limbs, leg, hands, that before his long life. If he lost his parents, he's a widow or she's a widow for the rest of his life. So please take care of these guys. I know the bottom line is money. Money, money. We have the money. We have the money. So please open your heart, open your pockets. Try to help these guys, because if you don't do that, many commit suicide. Many don't believe in themselves that they can come back to life. So when I see people like this, look at me. Look at me. I was there, but luckily I was treated so well for the post-trauma. Today, I'm actually a PTG. That's a post-trauma growth.
I'm so inspired by your message, and I'm sure that the rest of our viewers are. I really feel overwhelmed with passion. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Shana.